Hey guys, L7 here, and this is my review of the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 beta. Now, this isn't a professional review by any means. I just want to talk about my time with the beta. Now, just to go over it, I played the beta on the last day, that's August 30th, and I didn't know that the beta was out for PC. At first, I knew you had to pre-order the game to be able to play the beta, and from first what I've heard, it was only available on PS4. Then I heard eventually you could play it on Xbox One and PC if you pre-ordered it. And then suddenly I found out on the last day, I asked on a YouTube video and I received a reply. Shout out to Big Cheese for letting me know that the beta was actually an open beta. So thank you to him. Now, let me talk about, just Call of Duty as a series. I think this is pretty funny because, back then, Call of Duty, I'm talking about like Call of Duty, the original Modern Warfare. And, that was the hit game. Everybody loved it. And, you had people who, had a bad opinion on Halo. They were like, it's futuristic, it's stupid, I don't like it. And, then comes, Titanfall. Oh, it's futuristic. You can run on walls. That's stupid. You can double jump, this and that. Then, Advanced Warfare comes through, and it borrows some of the ideas. I mean, it takes place in the future. You have, like, jetpacks, and you can jump, double jump, dash around. And now, it's all good. Now it's okay to be futuristic. I just think it's funny. Some of those hardcore Call of Duty fanboys out there, they make me laugh. So, alright, let's talk about the beta. First things first, I played this on PC, and it's optimized sort of well. How should I put this? The game runs, that's a plus nowadays for some games on PC. There's a lot of games that come out and they just do not work on PC, and it breaks my heart. I know, for some games, there's more numbers will be purchased on the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, so the developer puts more time and effort into those versions of the games. Also, I know some of these lazy developers out there, they have another team or a small team. I'm talking about you, Batman Arkham Knight. They only had, I think, 6 people working on the PC version, so that game didn't work well. But I gotta say, this game runs pretty well, and Treyarch, of all the developers for Call of Duty, they pretty much make the best Call of Duty game on PC. Ghost was terrible, did not run well on most PCs, and Advanced Warfare ran pretty well. Not really any complaints out there. I played on my main gaming rig, and ran fine. Now, for this game, I was getting over 100 frames per second. I did put up a test video, sort of like a benchmark video. I uploaded that yesterday, so if you guys want to check that out, the GTX 970 and i7 4790K work perfectly fine with this game, and there are no issues. So, now let's talk about the actual game. I'm sorry, I just had to get that all out there. Again, the game runs well. One thing I want to say is that the graphics sort of seem washed out. There's a decent amount of graphical options in the game, and I also understand it's a beta. I mentioned that to some people, and they're like, it's a beta, they're gonna fix up the graphics and such, and I'm hoping they do. It's sort of, I don't know, just looks a bit washed out in some areas, graphically, like in the menus, especially when you're looking at the specialist. So, the gameplay, it's still Call of Duty. It still has that, that fast-paced, good gameplay. The controls are tight, and I gotta say that for the PC, I did like the controls. I know that's kind of weird, like the aiming controls saying they're good on PC. I mean, most games are, but for example, Titanfall, I felt in most games made by Valve, I feel like the aiming's just perfect. And then games with like for Battlefield or some other games, I feel like just some of these first-person shooter games don't aim as well. I don't know how to exactly label it. I know it seems kind of funny, but the aiming's good, the controls are pretty good. Graphically, again, it's a little washed out, but it's alright. I know some people are mad that this game doesn't support 1440p, and I know some people weren't really able to get 4K to work. And I mean, they'll probably get to work on that before the game launches on PC. At least I'm hoping for those people out there who use 4K monitors and such. Now, for the gameplay, again, I said the controls are good. The sliding around and such, I really do like it. It's pretty fun to have like the gung-ho attachment on, and you can run around real fast, slide, and just constantly moving. I like that momentum. Now I want to talk about the wall running, and I'm going to compare this game to Titanfall since it sort of does borrow some of the mechanics like wall running and chain jumping and all that. I think Titanfall did it better. I liked how fast it was. And Titanfall, it's weird. Titanfall is like really the only first-person shooter game that I play really well in. There's other games like Battlefield I just don't do as well. And same with Call of Duty. I just don't do as well. But when it comes to Titanfall, my KD ratios are crazy. They're real good. And you guys seen that in previous Titanfall gameplay videos. I always do well in Titanfall. And there aren't really that many other first-person shooters that I do so well in. I'm not sure why. They need to make a Titanfall too, so I could keep beasting and feasting on that game. But I did have some pretty good games. This was a pretty good game. I mean, I still do die a lot. There's a lot of good players out there. And, you know, I can't really say anything's really unbalanced. The time to kill's always been fast in Call of Duty. I know some people complained about the flinch, and they were comparing it to the console version, as there's aim assist, and of course the PC version isn't going to have aim assist. So if you get hit, I did notice it's sort of hard to get back on target. I don't know if they can fix that. I also remember hearing that someone was complaining about the frames per second was tied to some mechanic in the game, or just the engine, and it was an issue. I'm not exactly sure what that was. Again, I didn't really have any performance issues with the game. I didn't have any crashing with the game. Another thing I really like is the specialist. I like that you have your own special character. A lot of people compare it to Destiny as like the 3 classes. Everyone has a special ability, and I think that's really cool with the specialist. You have 2 different special abilities. One's more of an offensive special ability or perk, and then you have more of a defensive or tactical ability. So it really changes up the playstyle, and it keeps things fresh and interesting. I really like that. I think it's cool that you can swim underwater. It's unrealistic that you can shoot underwater, but I mean, this game is futuristic, so I'll let that slide. But yeah, I also gotta mention just the swimming mechanics work well, and swimming and shooting, and just overall, it was a pretty fun experience. I'm trying to think of what else to critique, but you know, everything's pretty good. Everything's pretty good. I can't really complain. I don't feel as though anything's terribly OP. You know, again, most of the weapons kill pretty fast, and your special perk abilities, like the offensive one, like I'm playing as the battery specialist, and she can whip out a multi-grenade launcher. If you get hit by it, you're pretty much dead. The Sparrow was another, just one of the special ability offensive moves. It's a bow and arrow with an explosive bolt or tip, and most of these moves are one hit kill, so I'm okay with that. I think that's pretty fun. I mean, you can get it maybe once or twice during a match, and there was a glimpse of it right there, but you can get those abilities once or twice. If you do really well, you can get it more often because you keep racking up the points. The kill streaks are there. They're pretty fun when you get to use them, and I like that if you do die, you don't lose all of your kill streak points. You do retain some of them, so it makes it not terribly difficult to maintain your kill streaks or keep them going. Now, even if you're not doing well, I like that you can still get your offensive or defensive special abilities. I like that. And also, I know some people were actually enjoying how Black Ops 3, the wall running mechanic works. Some people were complaining that Titanfall's wall running was too fast, but I really like that. The more you chained the wall runs, the faster you moved, and the farther distances you can jump. That doesn't really apply to Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and you do run across the walls at a slower rate. It's cool again that you can run on the walls and shoot, just like in Titanfall. So I was sort of over under the impression that I would do really well, since this game would play somewhat like Titanfall, but I did and I didn't in some games. I had some games I did really well, and then some games or some matches I just didn't do terribly well. And I'm actually possibly considering picking up this Call of Duty. Again, I don't pick up every Call of Duty game. I don't know, because some of them aren't that good, or it's just you don't want to keep playing the same thing over and over. So I like to take breaks, and I really played the Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. I'm going to be playing this, and I might pick it up on launch. I'm actually going to wait until after the game comes out to make sure that the game is pretty well optimized for PC. I don't really take the risk with day one games anymore. Dealt with that too many times. Now, if you're picking this up on PS4 or the Xbox One, have no fear, the games are going to work. Activision and Treyarch are going to make sure that the game definitely works on your next-gen console. I put air quotes around next-gen. Not to be a PC elitist or anything. But again, overall, the game has been pretty fun. I don't want to keep ranting too much. Again, it's pretty fun and refreshing. I also do want to mention that the movement mechanics for your jetpacks are different from Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare, you just kind of had a quick burst of, I guess, momentum. And in Black Ops 3, it's a slower range of momentum. You don't move as fast when you're flying here and there. And then, again, the wall running mechanic isn't terribly fast either. So it's different. I like that each game kind of varies. Now for the next Call of Duty, are they going to continue the futuristic sort of theme? I don't know. Pretty much every shooter out there is futuristic. So honestly, final verdict, I guess I could say, is I think this game might be worth picking up again. I hope you did try the beta so you can sort of formulate an opinion. Again, I thought it was pretty fun. All the weapons are somewhat unique. Some of the guns out here are pretty much based on real firearms out there, but I did like the unique weapons. I like that about Treyarch. So again, guys, that about wraps it up. I had a pretty fun time with the beta, and I think I'm gonna pick up Call of Duty Black Ops 3 if it reviews well and it's optimized for PC. If it does work just fine, definitely get it. There's always going to be a lot of people playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3. So that about wraps it up, guys. I hope you enjoyed this rant and review, and I'll see you guys in my next video.